Dun, dun, dun. It's Dr. Rob. How we doing, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about how to balance your 9 to 5 with your side hustle. Okay, for many entrepreneurs, we still have to have the dreaded corporate job or waiting tables or freaking selling clothes at Ross until our hustle takes off and is self-sustaining. And I want to talk to you about some tips that I did that made my day perfect, my work-life balance perfect, and just shot my productivity through the roof. Because I tweaked certain aspects of my day and to make it maximum efficiency, and the results were stunning. So let's get right down to it, and I'll tell you what, for watching this video, you're going to get a great freebie, an infographic I created personally about balancing a 9 to 5 with your side hustle. So that's going to be right there in the comments, first comment below. So let's talk about it a little bit. The first result of doing this stuff was I increased my health. I was able to maintain my weight pretty good. I could lose 7 pounds in a day before work. And one of the things was to adopt a modified eating habit system, which meant doing intermittent fasting, which just means I didn't eat until 11 o'clock. And when I did eat, it was no processed food, no fast food, no flour, simply a meat, some nuts, a bowl of vegetables, and healthy fat like an avocado or some olives. And intermittent fasting is used by a lot of people. It's a great system for food management. And then once you only eat 8 hours in a day is how it works, and it will definitely attack food, and a lot more of it gets turned into muscle than to fat once you intake it. So that was one thing. I tweaked, my food intake, and then you eat at 3 o'clock like a smaller meal, and then when you get home, you eat something else. So that was one of the first things, was I tweaked my food plan. It helped me to maintain my weight a lot better, and it gave me a lot more energy, believe it or not. And then I had a commute, so on the drive to work, what are you doing? You drive in, you're swearing at people, you're like, hey, get out of my lane, One thing I did that really helped was I started listening to podcasts, business podcasts, like really good ones on the way to work. So guess what? There's a chance to self-educate. So you listen to like Lewis Howes, School of Greatness, or Tim Ferriss, or Joe Rogan if you just want to laugh at goofy shit. But think about your commute, your drive to work, your drive back. In my case, it was about 30 minutes each way. So that's an hour you're spending auditory learning, interviews with amazing people. So that's a great way to boost your biz knowledge. Okay. And then I completely flipped the script at lunch, and I stopped eating at lunch. And this is why. When you eat at lunch, especially if you go out with coworkers, what happens? You probably go to a restaurant or a diner. Lunch specials are way too big, and they all have way too much flour and salt. Okay. So now you've eaten this giant, horrible meal. You're full of calories. And what happens when you get back to the office? You fall asleep. You're in your food coma. Productivity is shot for like 2 hours, and you feel like shit. So I just stopped eating at lunch, and instead I read a book every single day at lunch for 2 years. You can see my bookshelf. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. This guy over here. Yeah, I read amazing books like Law of Success, Never Eat Alone, my own speed learning book, The Next Level, and I learned a shit ton while everyone else was horking down spaghetti and giant Italian lunches and fucking submarine sandwiches and other stupid shit, and pretty much giving themselves diabetes. I was learning about how businesses operate. I was reading about Napoleon, which is great. I was learning about leadership. So yeah. Change your lunch schedule and use it for learning. So now guess what? You've now figured out 3 ways to get learning that helps you in your side hustle in your average day at corporate. Okay, so you got your drive to work, so you're listening to podcasts. You got your lunchtime, so you're reading, or you can do strat planning for your business, or making consultant calls. And then you got your drive home, so that's more podcasting. 3 ways to make yourself smarter. Okay, and then because I did all this, And because I tweaked my schedule, my productivity shot through the roof. I had more energy. I was much smarter, and I was in a better mood to deal with people. And my work-life balance was amazing. I literally, I'm going to tell you a secret, so shh, just between you and me. I literally got 3 months ahead on projects. I just didn't tell anyone. I got to the point where I was so fast and so productive that I would get to work. I would look up the schedule for 3 months out, find out what the projects were, pull out the blueprints, and then preload every single project so that they were ready to go. So when the engineer finally came through, you know, a month or two later, and I had the information ready to go, I had a template and a frame and all this shit. So I was like 3 months ahead. I was ahead of everybody. And so, you know what happens when you get ahead? You can work in your side hustle, and nobody knows. So, yeah, don't tell my old employer. But I would go to work, and for 2 hours I would do actual real work, and then for the rest of the day I worked on my side hustle for my cube. And this is why I have 8 books published in my own magazine, and a shitload of information that I can share with my clients, because I took advantage of being fast at corporate and having that spare time properly and using my imagination, just sitting in my cube writing shit. And the results, well, you're seeing the results. Anywho, thanks for listening, guys. These are some of the things you can do to balance your 9 to 5 with your side hustle to cause maximum efficiency. Download the freebie. It's really good. It's an awesome infographic that sums up everything I just listed, plus a few extra goodies. So here are the benefits: increased health, increased productivity, increased happiness, and a lot of disease prevention. A lot of disease prevention. 3 of the things on there directly affect inflammation and your health. So with that, I will sign off. I'm Dr. Rob, and I want you to have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.